I just wanted to let you guys know something about me for those who may be judging me for like the fact that I kind of lost a little bit of control recently. Um, Most people who have mania just have delusions and like some kind of euphoria, feeling really like on top of the world and, cleaning the room all night, spending money, all kinds of things like that. But for me, whenever I have my mania, I relive the trauma I went through, all the trauma. That being said, that's why I reached out to my bullies' family members because I got manic and I thought that God was on the move, that He was going to bring restoration again. Something I have a delusion of continuously is restoration of Earth, which obviously that's not happening. Anyways, I never really wanted to piss her off, like she's pissed off at me and is reporting me and making more reports and hopes to, I guess, put me in jail indefinitely for being mentally insane. But the thing that she doesn't realize is that this is just me reliving the trauma. Just me reliving the trauma, and then I'm finding some way to cope with it. And my way of coping with it is believing that things will be restored. That's my way of coping with it. That's always been my way of coping with it. And I started thinking about Michael, my ex, and how he got baptized while we were together. Even though he had said he was atheist, even though he had told me he was demon possessed. I started thinking about Israel and how he was atheist when we met, but how like he's the only person that ever really like showed me like real love and just I really feel like his intentions were pure because of just everything. I mean, it's hard to explain, but there's a lot that needs to be kind of like uncovered throughout all this. So I'm kind of thinking I might wait till I come down more, and then when I can actually fully explain, I might write it all out on paper, and then I might actually try to explain it, not just jump around and everything. But that's one thing I want people to understand is that when the mania becomes mania, it's not mania for me, it's trauma relived, and I do things to cope with it. I might think that Michael's still saved, or I might think that Israel loves me, or I might think that certain people are meant to be in my life because of the way they may have acted towards me at some points. I may think that certain people who were in my life that were not saved are going to get saved, like things like that. Lots of Christian delusions that I struggle with in order to cope with the trauma of people being assholes and pieces of shit. So that's all I really want to say. I think I'm going to just get off here for now. And I don't think I'll make a new Facebook because I've added a lot of trusted friends on here. But I may deactivate for a while and just try to forget about this. I still want to say very plainly and clearly that I still plan to take legal action. But I'm not going to do it until I'm stable because obviously it's just going to sound like a bunch of psychotic shit to people who know that I'm mentally ill. But I just want to emphasize again that Michael did tell me he was demon possessed, and Cliff did tell me that he thought he was demon possessed. Israel and Collin were the only ones who ever told me they were basically normal in some kind of way. Israel did tell me he had bipolar because he would get mad about little things. Really the most safe person in my life that ever existed in my life was Collin. That's it. Plain and simple. So I just think it's really interesting that Collin and I were separated because his sister hated me, and Israel and I were separated because his sister hates me. So it's just, for a while there, during my manic episode, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is all witchcraft because I've been stuck in the past for too long against my will because it really felt that way because I've really tried very hard to let go of Michael. I've really tried very hard to move on. I even got married, and that wasn't the reason why I was manipulated in the marriage, but we'll get into that another time. But, like, I'm, whether, the thing is some people don't believe in witchcraft, some people don't believe in anything, but I mean, I do believe that witchcraft is real based on what I've experienced. I also believe that God is real based on what I've experienced. So this year, I just kind of want to try to focus on God again and not let this bullshit get in the way. Because I mean, it says in the Bible that God's will prevail no matter what. So I guess that just means that even if it's not prevailing now, it will prevail eventually. Even if there's no proof of God now, there's going to be proof of God later. Whatever. I mean, and here I am rambling again, but that's because I'm still manic, and the reason I'm still manic is because I got back on the Abilify, not knowing that it would make me more manic, but every kind of med I've ever tried makes... Oh. I guess my connection keeps disconnecting, so I'm just gonna get off.